Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my teaching certification exam, but it's basically the exam for teachers, and it's an exam that you have to pass before you can teach in any Texas public school. I recently took mine earlier this month, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about my before, during, and after experience of the exam, and talk about what overall I believe helped me pass the exam. So let's get right into the video. But okay, so before the exam. So the funny thing is I was not even planning on taking the exam this year because I had already made up in my mind it would be impossible for me to pass it because I didn't know enough about Texas history, and that I just believe I wasn't smart enough. The test anxiety for this exam was unlike any other testing anxiety I've ever had, because this test started to make me question my intelligence, my intellect, everything. I was just I'm not smart enough. Compared to everyone else, I can't pass this test on the first try. I'm probably gonna fail it, and I'm gonna end up feeling miserable, and then I won't want to celebrate my birthday and blah blah blah. So I might as well just not take it and just wait. Stay. I might as well just stay at my school for an extra semester, so I have more time to study and pass out on the first go. Because at my university, one of the requirements to do your last semester, which is student teaching, is to pass the exam. And if I didn't pass the exam, I would be here, instead of doing my senior semester, I would basically be off a semester, and then I would have to come back next fall. And to me, that sounded like a better idea than to try to attempt to take the exam, because in my heart, I honestly believe that I would fail it. And that's just, I think it was just really bad testing anxiety I was experiencing, because I never felt so scared to take an exam. But I was talking to my friend about all of this, and she was like, well, if there's just a glint of hope that you might pass. And I was like, there's no hope. I don't think I can. I know people who tried and they failed it and had to retake, and I don't have time to retake sections, because for my school you have to pass this practice test. You have to get an 80% on the practice test before you take the real exam, because on the real exam you have to get an 80% or higher to pass in each subject, and there's 5 subjects for the test. And I was just that's impossible for me to do. I know me, and I can't. So that was kind of me before the exam. But because of my friend's advice, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the exam. So thank you, me son, for encouraging me to take this exam, because I almost did not. So I decided to take the exam, but I still had to pass the certified teacher practice exam, because it's a requirement of my school. And it took me about a week to do that. I submitted that. And then the following week, I registered to take my TExES, the real thing, which only gave me about a week to study. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Trying to be a little bit more positive. But in the back of my head, I was like, I'm going to fail this test. But I'm trying, I'm trying to be false hope, false positivity. I was really having false positivity for this test, because I really thought I was going to fail. So I asked one of my friends, what did she use to excuse me? I asked one of my friends, what did she use to pass the exam on the first time? And she told me about this book. This is actually her book. It's the REA's book for the TExES exam. And this book has I think it has 2 practice exams in the back. And it also has there's an online portion that you can purchase for $15. You can purchase that will basically diagnose you and tell you which subsections of each section that you really need to work on. So I took a practice test in each section, and based on that practice test, that was the subsection I studied. So you see, all of these sticky notes basically told me this is what you need to study to be more well-rounded. And for those tests, I was passing, and I was like, okay. It was boosting my confidence about the exam, because for the certified teacher, it's only by God's grace I even passed the practice exam to give me the clear to take the real test, you know? So I was taking those, and I noticed I was passing, you know, getting 80s, even 90s on subsections. And I was like, okay, like, maybe I'm not so dumb after all, you know? I'm starting to feel myself, starting to get some confidence, but I still thought I was going to fail the test. And then the day of the exam, I had a really bad migraine because I had a running test that morning, and then I also had a volleyball game for my volleyball class that morning. So I'm feeling a little strained physically, and it started to get to my head, and I started having migraine. Also, I'm stressing about this big test I have to take that determines my future. But also, a big thing about the test is, like, I started to believe the test determined my self-worth. And that's where I messed up, because a test does not determine your self-worth. Nothing I do. Okay, I'm not going to go all into it, but this test did not determine my self-worth. And if you fail it on your first try, it does not determine your self-worth. And if you pass it on the first try, it doesn't determine your self-worth. Like, that's not what this test is about. This test is to see if you're prepared to teach students. And even if you don't pass the test, you might be a great teacher. It's just based on this TExES exam, based on these skills, they're saying maybe you're not ready. So, you know, I could tell myself that after, but during the test, I couldn't tell myself that. To me, it determined my worth and if I was fit to be a teacher. So I was really stressing, and during the test, I remember getting to the first question, and I was like I kind of like spaced out, and then I had to come back, take a deep breath, and I looked at the question. I was like, wait, this isn't that hard. So I'm starting to feel myself, you know. I'm speeding through the English section. There's 5 sections: English, math, science, social studies, and fine arts, health, and PE. So the English section I'm speaking through, I'm feeling good about myself. But I know coming up next is the social studies section. So I decided to take a break right after the first section, because that section is like the longest, has 75 questions. So I take a break, go to the bathroom, splash some water on my face because I'm burning up because of this migraine. And I remind myself, I can do this. I'm smart. I'm going to pass this test. You know, I'm boosting myself up, because this is like, if you go in saying you're going to fail this test so it doesn't even matter, you probably will. But I had to keep reminding myself, you're smart. You can do this. You got this. And I'm praying. I'm like, God, please help me. Help these things. Sorry, my camera died. But I'm praying, Lord, let these things be true about me. Taking the test. I get through the social studies part. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. Math, my strong suit. You know, I'm doing that math. Science, strong suit, boom. Fine arts. I got to the fine arts section, and I think this was like the peak of my migraine. I literally was clicking on, there was, on all the reviews online, they're like, know your music. And I'm like, I know my music. Your girl played cello. Your girl played flute. Like, I know my music. Like, look at me. I was just like, this finna be a breeze. But then I get to the fine arts section, fine arts, health, PE, and I'm seeing art question after art question after art question. And I'm like, who this? Like, I'm like, this is not music. And I was seriously scared because, like, some of the questions I was like unsure of. And this is the kind of test where it's like, please choose the best answer. So there's a good answer, there's a best answer, and then there's two answers that are clearly wrong. But those good and best are so close. It might even be worded exactly the same and like two words are different. But, excuse me, I was like, okay, this is going to be why I failed this test. So I leave the exam. It had to be like 10 o'clock at night. The buses weren't even running anymore because, no, it's like 9 o'clock. The buses weren't running anymore because of some reason. Because the testing site is so far from campus and they don't expect people to be around that area. But I was around that area. So I'm walking. It was pretty much a mile away from campus. I'm walking back to campus. It's not raining, thankfully, but it was a cool night and I was really grateful. I'm like, Lord, don't let me get snatched up by someone. So I'm walking back to campus, but I call my sister just so that I'm on the phone while I'm walking. And I tell her, like, I just took my teaching certification exam. She was like, yay, I know you passed. And I was like, I didn't. I know I failed. Like, I feel it in my spirit, you know. I was just like, I know in my heart of hearts that I failed the exam. And she was like, no, I think you passed or whatever. And that was on a Tuesday. It takes 3 business days for your results to come. So my results would be posted by Friday. And on that Friday, I was supposed to be going out with one of my friends. And I was like, if I failed this exam, I'm not going out. So I literally sat with my computer in my lap for about an hour before I finally got enough courage to click the button to see my results. Because I was so terrified of what I might see. So I clicked my results and I look. Because, wait, first you had to download your results. And then they pop up on the second tab. I start playing some Tyler, the Creator, to keep me calm while I'm reading. So I played one of my favorite songs from his new album, Flower Boy. I think I don't even remember what song I played. That's how I left off talking about how I was playing a song to keep myself relaxed because I really didn't think I passed. So I opened the tab with my scores. And I have them pulled up here, but you can't see. But the first thing I read when I opened it was overall status, passed. I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, okay, wait. Before I get my head bucked up, or before I get too excited, let me read each section to see if I pass. So I scroll down, CELA, pass. Mathematics, passed with a 90. Social studies, passed. Science, passed. Fine arts, the section I really thought I failed, passed. Your girl passed each section. I was so happy. I don't even remember. The song I play when I'm excited about something is the song Love Like This Before. It's like with Faith Evans, but there's like a DJ version. I don't know. I think it's from the movie Save the Last Dance. But I play that song. I'm turning up. I'm so happy. I text my friend like, oh my god, thank you so much for encouraging me. I passed. I spit. I called my sister. I didn't call my sister. I texted my sister. I was like, oh my god, I passed I'm literally shaking texting people. Oh my god, I passed my exam. Because my friend was in class and I really just wanted to share with someone that I passed, I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I passed my teaching certification exam. She's like, oh my god, you made my day. I'm about to call everybody to tell them you're a teacher now. When should I start planning your graduation party? My mom is more excited than me. And then I tell my mom how, like, I almost didn't even take the exam and how I thought I was going to fail. And my mom texted me, sorry, and she was like, oh, you shouldn't have even been worried. Like, you're so smart. And it's just like, just goes to show, like, how bad testing anxiety can be. Because I honestly thought I was going to fail. And I passed on the first try. Like, and I scored higher than I thought I would on each section. So, I passed the exam. I was so happy. And I want to wrap up the video with saying this. The TExES exam is a marathon. It's a long exam, but it is possible to pass it on your first try, because someone like me who studied for 1 week before the exam passed it. And I was someone who thought I would fail. Like, I left the test thinking I failed it. At least 2 sections is what I thought. And I passed every single section. So, like, it is possible. And I just wanted to spread some hope for anyone getting ready to take their exam, because I know, like, before I took my exam, I was on YouTube searching for people who took their exam recently, and I could only find ads and stuff. And I'm not sponsored by this test maker, even though I love this book. Like, I didn't even purchase this, but I will purchase this just because I believe that they are good people and they really try to help people pass this exam. I'm not sponsored by a certified teacher, like nobody. I just wanted to encourage someone who's getting ready to take the exam to let you know that you can do it. I definitely recommend this book. I recommend buying the practice test, because I believe their questions are really structured like the real exam. Certified teacher is a good product to purchase, but it's harder than the test. So if you can pass that with an 80, you can pass the real test for real. So, but buy the REA practice test and book, because the questions are structured like the actual test. But that's all for this video. I just really wanted to encourage anyone getting ready to take their exam. Like, you can do it, because I did it. That means you can do it. So go take your exam, pay your $134, and study your REA book or certified teacher or any other resource, and just go in speaking positively to yourself, say a prayer, and pass the exam. And don't take a running test before the exam, but you never know, maybe the running test is why I passed. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys feel encouraged and motivated to pass your tests, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.